Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda, off here to another everything and amazing match here. This time straight up on road to Tunis in the west is Stephenn, finding here for America, Freedom, Democracy, the 82nd Airborne Division, immediately going in here with Pathfinders. In the east stands Gentlefox, most gentle of foxes, and our Patreon supporter. We got a Ketton card, MD42 start here from him. And of course, it is worth knowing both players are, quite interesting players in terms of, going for non-meta builds and exploring, the various factions. So I think this should be a quite interesting match as they go loose here on road to Tunis. Ken Crap Pioneers versus double Pathfinders live stream, of course, and both Gentlefox sort of move out and seize as much terrain here in the early game. Gentlefox with his MD42 team there, hauling it through the dusty sands there, making sure, of course, they don't get too much in the gun itself. Rifle squad here to support the 82nd Airborne. Of course, one thing worth noting is the Paratrooper themselves have actually been buffed. Both, I think, the Bazooka upgrade, the Light Machine upgrade, and the Paratrooper themselves have received buffs all around. So that is a bit noteworthy there. And the Carpet Bombing Run, I believe, also received a buff. So first shots fired in the south, Pathfinder spotting upon here Gentlefox's not-so-gentle Ketton crowd. As the rest is forcing northwards, as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for their continued and generous support of the Propagandacaster, allowing to keep making all these videos. And of course, a big thanks to all the people who keep liking and commenting on the videos, which does help with the YouTube algorithm, spreading in the glorious word of the Propagandacaster that way. So big thanks to those wonderful, charming, and delightful people. Up north here, machine gun with Pioneers here, moving northwards. Rifle squad there for Stephenn. More GI to counter the Germanic threat here in the hot and unforgiving sands. Pathfinder's about to spot here into Gentlefox's northern advance here. We got the Rifle squads with GIs advancing there. M1 Garands and the Thompson there at the ready. MD forcing up to cover the Pioneers here as he's looking to show the victory point, but probably also establish an initial line here before going for the field point. We got some Grenadier out there for Gentlefox, most gentle of foxes, Ken Crack rushing northwards. And in the south, we got the Pathfinders there probing forwards, cutting off the fuel in the south. Thumbs up there to Stephenn. A very deliberate and methodical player. Pathfinders up in the north here. In the center, Ralph's got moving forwards here for Stephenn. Before to grab northern field point here, Pioneers moving to fix up the Ketton card. More shots fired here as American troops encounter here men of the... Oh, I forgot to give a unit there for the Germans. My mistake. The 10th Panther Division. 5th Panzer Grenadier Company here. And we got a 2nd Grenadier Squad here for Gentlefox. Machine gun now busy with the done with the fuel point. Switch towards here to now try and sandwich Stephenn falls here between the Grenadiers and the MD42 here. Will Stephenn allow himself to be squeezed? Will he withdraw here and fall back to a more defensive position or opt for other paths? Who knows? Rifle squad, they're trying to flank around. He instead encounters more Grenadiers. Ken Pratt rushing in. He's also busy grabbing the southern field point here. There's a lot going on between Stephenn and Gentlefox. And there you go. Troops are being spread for two as it hits him here from a northern angle. The position is not looking sustainable for Stephenn. And he may have to withdraw here. But there you go. We got the utility package and a smoke grenade here blocking line of sight for the MB42. Opening up for Stephenn to move forward. So of course, Gentlefox, likely anticipating the move, has already repositioned the machine gun here to try and, cut off that anticipated path here. You could have tried swinging northwards around here, which crazy might have caught Gentlefox off guard, but whatever the case, that was not within Stephenn's plans. German force here counterattacking, and we got Gentlefox here with the Luftwaffe Company, which has seen several of its units actually buffed. That could get very interesting here between Stephenn and Gentlefox. Truck Riflery and 2 Pathfinder squads here. Detached from nearby infantry division to assist the 82nd Airborne. Or perhaps they just found their way of getting lost. Grenadiers are bleeding out. They're really low on health. They definitely should treat them. And they may also need some healing here in the near future. We'll have to see. Stephenn, though, maintaining good map control. He has been able to effectively tie down most of Gentlefox's forces here by the cut-off point, while again his Pathfinder squad here have just been grabbing fat chunks of the map. And of course there's the Ketton crowd, but the Pathfinders can deal with that as the Ketton crowd is utterly unarmed. Not even a pistol for the guy riding it. I can't get a pistol, not after the incident. We got a 2-to-1 here though for Gentlefox, the Leichter Panzerspielwagen. Gentlefox is a known armoured car enthusiast, particularly the lighter ones here like the 2-to-1, so that should mention that hat was in fact received a bit of a buff, I think, to its mid to long range. Stephenn with a mortar, perhaps anticipating a 2-1 here. Of course, he could respond with bazooka paratroopers all the way. 2-1 out here for Gentlefox, and let's promote his perspective. So we're going forward with that one. And he's here linking up with the 2-1, catching his Stephenn's GIs out in the open, charging in there, crushing fences and American Spirits Lights, and we do get Mechanized Battle Group. Allowing the 2-1 to grab points and pop smoke. Machining Gewehr being slowly flanked here by Stephenn's Rifleman, and up north here, Mortar with Power Punch Squad coming in here. I'm guessing they're going to go for a Paratroop Squad with bazookas to counter Gentlefox's armored car. Other units that got buffed by the way include the Flak 30, which is now 280 manpower, and the Wirbelwind, which also has got down to 320 manpower and 60 fuel. Marder also technically got buffed as it got tracking on his gun, which actually makes it useful now. Apart from the corp with the 2-1, the Grenadiers here. Gentlefox here with a second 2-1 in the center though. Stephenn continues his Daredevil flank here on Gentlefox's center position. Machine gun, they're definitely punished, and this forces Gentlefox now to abandon the center in response here to this rapacious assault here from Stephenn. 2-1 falling back here. Ken cropping into it to grab its point there, capture ability stuff there. I don't know what I was trying to say, they completely failed. In a second, 2-1 away, we've got Jaegers as well being planned here for Gentlefox. And there you go, that does look to be a Paratroop Squad here for Stephenn, newly buffed. One of 2 USF Elite Squads to get buffed. There was also the SSF Commanders that received a fairly generous buff. There you go, Paratroop landing down, and there we go, we do get the bazookas. Very much expected here in response to Gentlefox's armored cars arriving here to the scene. Certainly going for a very mechanized strategy there. Thumbs up to Gentlefox. Half-Irons are being shredded here. 2-1 also got buffed, of course, by the improvements to the pathing, and I believe also some minor speed buffs. So there you go, Bazooka Paratroopers going at it here. Bazookas, by the way, now shoot fire, and they also... faster, not fire. Good God, that was terrible. But no, they also got another buff, which actually the grenade now has an even shorter fuse on it, so... that definitely gives the Paratroopers a bit more flanking ability as well there. The other unit to see its grenades buffed is actually the British Commandos, who also chuck cooked grenades, if you will. And so again, similarly, that one has a bit faster impact. 2-1 swing about, of course, trying to stay clear of the Paratroopers. Not exactly looking to get blown apart there by American Bazooka Fire. Very central move here by Gentlefox. Paratroopers, they're holding up the line here. Then he's being bombarded. Bazooka Fire there, completely failing to hit. Meanwhile, Gentlefox's armored cars are pushing southwards, disrupting his Stephenn's southern approach. And we got Jaegers with the Raketenpanzerbüchse, the Panzerschreck arriving to support here the men of the 10th Panzer Division here, rifling being blasted into the dust here if they're not careful. Panzerschreck fire here, Rascal pushed back by the 2-1. Panzerschreck fire there continues to not make a particularly spectacular impact here for the Gentlefox and the Riflemen are forced to withdraw here. Kettencraft pushing forwards back up with the 2-1 here. A swift mechanized move here by Gentlefox. Stephenn definitely strong hit to match the pace, and now Gentlefox goes for a surprise unit. He goes for a sniper. Almost 10 minutes of the game here. Definitely not your most common unit, but certainly you would go for them early on, but Gentlefox goes for it now. So that's definitely a very interesting off-meta build, of course. Some might point out, Dane, there really has no meta formed as such, and you know, you wouldn't be entirely wrong here, but still, it's quite interesting to watch there. And obviously, there's not been like huge changes, but there still have been noticeable changes that open up for a more broader meta game, so but we'll see. Of course, worth noting, there has been confirmation that there should be a balanced patch happening next, and probably it's going to happen in August, so you know, there's more balance changes coming, probably a bit more impactful as well. Obviously, these are still pretty solid. Anyways, 2-1 for Jaegers flanking up here. Gonna hit behind Stephenn's flank here. Very good push here by Gentlefox again. He's really utilizing the armored cars to the max, and you can definitely tell he's enjoying, I think, the fact they've gotten buffed. So far good for him. Stephenn, again, strong here. He's got the motor pull up, though. Guessing a Chaffee, maybe a Greyhound. Either way, something to hunt down the 2-2-1s. 2-1 rapidly withdrawing here and bouncing across the terrain. And so the pathing also really helps these armored cars. That allows it becomes much easier for Gentlefox to like move them about, then get them out of a bad situation or into a good situation. German sniper at the red here. Up north here, Pathfinder's probing around there. Stephenn really struggling here versus Gentlefox at the moment. Bazooka paratroops engaging the Panther Strike Jaegers. Backed up Ralph squads. We do have the officer quarters up. There go cook grenades. You can see they're much faster timer now and really didn't give Gentlefox here much time to react. So, again, that's definitely like one of those areas where, like, you know, they also buff the paratroopers. The cooked grenade there is now notably faster. North here, 2-1s. Kenkrat's heading here into Stephenn's northern raid force. Sniper there withdrawing in the face of advancing and very irate, angry Americans. Greyhound out. They'll push back against the 2-1s. Of course, there's the Panther Strike, and of course, Gentlefox could further respond by going for the Panzerbuchse 41. We got spotting scopes. But the 2-1s. Grenadiers trying to the last one on the south here. Greyhound pushing forwards, adding the 50 cal. Great shot on the MU-42. Half the crew gone in the blink of an eye here. Stephenn definitely getting some mechanization going. Oh, mechanization zone here to support his forces. 2-1 pushing forwards, and there you go. We do get the Panzerbuchse 41 out. It's sort of one of those weird weapons that was basically by the Germans designated as a heavy anti-tank, while most others considered it to be a light anti-tank gun. I always found that a bit amusing. And they'd mounted on a variety of, like, you know, armored cars here, more sort of infrared situation, but also the 251 and the 250 half-tracks mounting it. Little fun fact there. Pioneers pushing up south, Pathfinders countering them here. Sniper at Veterans 1 for Gentlefox already, 5 kills. And there you go, Panzerbuchse there mounted on the 2-1. Ground again, Grenadiers, Pathfinder's being rushed by the 2-1. Stephenn, though, of course, despite some initial setbacks, is definitely back to making great progress here versus Gentlefox. The ground here is doing very good work for him. South side here, Pathfinder get wiped out here by Gentlefox's light puncher Spielwagen. Greyhound there, they're engaged by the 2-1. It's Panzerbuchse they're punching through here, and I believe the anti-tank rifles also benefited, as it gave, similarly to like other vehicles with a fixed gun or casemate, if you will, design, gains a bit of traverse. I don't think it has a lot there, but I do suspect it gains a bit of it, which is certainly a big help for the 2-1 as well there, the upgrade.
Now under enemy control.
So, Stephenn here reinforcing, healing back at base. A lot of work there going on. No sign yet of anything further here. Also, he has gone for the mechanized support center there. Smoke being deployed to cover an advance on the center victory point. Thumbs up to Stephenn. Also covers against any snipers when we decide to take pot shots there. Got the Panzerbuchse armored car there ready. Kenkrat Veterans 1. We got Pioneers there for Gentlefox as well. Paratroopers quick to occupy the house here. Sniper fire though. But they take a lot of damage. The sniper takes a lot of damage to the paratroop from them M1 carbines. Almost got a wipe here. Almost. But very fortunate there for Gentlefox. Oh, Stephenn fell a bit short there of that fully designed wipe on his sniper. Close call though. Grant going to push in here. Rifle squads based in the south here. Pioneers into the base as well here. Nothing further for Gentlefox as yet. Greyhound pushing forwards. And we got BARs there for Stephenn. A significant boost there. 2-1 spot on the ground. Of course, scouting here for the 2-1. You can see there. The Panzerbuchse there. The basically has tracking now. Or traverse. Not track, but traverse. But that doesn't mean the gun can track. And again, helps make it significantly better. So, this badge is really, like, I think, helping making a lot more vehicles and tanks notably more viable now. So, that's really a big plus there. Machine gun wipe. This is a huge blow here to Gentlefox, but fortunately for them, Stephenn can't exploit this. Which reminds me, they've actually nerfed the delayed fuse HE barrage. It's less great against like everything. It's a small help there. North Grenadiers there, caught by the Ralph squad, but the BAR's got the ground pushing in as well here. South side here, Jaegers pushing forwards. Got barred up rather than halting Jaegers' advance as well. He's sniping forwards. Center there being held by the Germans, but that is the only victory point that remains under German control. Still the 2-1 continue to reign an excellent investment here for Gentlefox, and we got another Jaeger squad here. Gentlefox bringing more infantry, Ralph squad trying to catch that sniper. Understandably, he wants the sniper very dead. Smoke's been deployed here, and expecting the enemy to have positions around here. Thumbs up to Stephenn. Very tactical thinking. With good methodology here.
Point has fallen into enemy control.
Back here, more reinforcement healing for Stephenn. Still not much in terms of like battle group choices beyond that. Anti-tank guns, no say move towards a supply drop or rocket strikes or carpet bombing runs. Over to Gentlefox again. He's got the artifact there unlocked, but apparently now he seems, I think, to actually prefer the 2-1s over the artifact a bit there. Preferring the higher mobility of the 2-1s. And higher line of sight. Patrick there getting a great shot on the Greyhound there, definitely causing a problem there for Stephenn, but he still maintains strong map control here. Got Gentlefox and the 10th Panzer showing swiftly advancing here. 5th Panzer Grenadier Company armored cars withdrawing. Smokescreen being brought against allows Stephenn to more, but less exposed, grab the point, but problem is his men are actually beyond the smoke and so end up still taking a lot of damage here from a lot of Gentlefox's forces. Noting it's up to 4 squads now, 2 Jaegers, 2 Grenadiers. Thumbs up to that. Both Jaeger squads were equipped with the Panther. Of course, it could also add the reconnaissance package, as those G43s are quite solid, particularly at the high levels of veterans. I do find they perform really well. Airburst shells and the MD42 and the Grenadiers in the centre. Far south here, another push forward here by Gentlefox, again looking to swing around Stephenn's southern flank. Far up north here, armoured cars operating in unison with Jaegers and snipers in support. Making it hard here, I think, for Stephenn to just easily snuff out the armoured cars. But there you go, scores a wipe here on Gentlefox armoured car. I believe did the trick here. Thumbs up to Stephenn. Definitely a bit of a painful blow there to Gentlefox. Leaves him back to just 3 infantry squad here. Greyhound gets a good shot on their 221-2.8. More Jaegers for Gentlefox to replace losses. Thumbs up. Powerpun's about to get wiped out. In the south, more skirmishing here. Riot Squad versus Jaegers, BARs versus G43s, and a Panther, and of course M1 Garands. Grenadiers, armored cars rushing up towards the centre here. Straight at the Greyhounds. Somewhat risky here. There you go, good shot. Anti-tank ready here, could take out the 2-1 with the anti-tank gun here. Yes, knocks out the Lightning Puncher Speedwagon. Great kill here for Stephenn. Removes the threat here to his Greyhound, leaving just the Jaegers with Panther. Admittedly, they are a big problem too, but they are a little less mobile than the armoured car. With the either heavy anti-tank rifle or light anti-tank depending on perspective. Could go for a Panzer Company, start pulling for Panther 4s and maybe Starstruppen.
We have lost control of a victory point.
But certainly, obviously, Spot's got other plans here. There we go. 3rd Jaeger squad, auto equipped with the Raketen Panzerbüchse. Got grenades in the Jaegers, blowing through their poor Otto. 391 versus 254 here. Gentlefox maintains a strong victory point leader over Stephenn so far. That certainly could run into... Oh, goodness, he might lose the Jaeger squad here. No, he doesn't get the wipe. He doesn't get the wipe here. Stephenn misses the opportunity to wipe the Jaegers to focus on the 2-1. Trying to save the Pathfinders. But I think getting a wipe in the Jaegers, maybe getting the Panther would have been much more worthwhile than saving the Pathfinders. But that's just me. Around the centre with the paratroopers. Mines being laid down by Stephenn. Very good. Thumbs up. Not much in his base as of yet otherwise, but he's getting control of the victory points. Troops reinforcing healing here for Gentlefox. Most gentle of foxes. Jaegers advancing. And we got actually a mortar out for Gentlefox. It's also worth noting he's actually going for the officers' quarters here as well. He does get immediate Veterans 1 here, which means also immediate access to the recon flare. Thumbs up. Paratroopers with the Jaegers. We've got a lot of smoke here. Massive clouds here, obfuscating line of sight of the Gentlefox's sniper. Mortify on the Jaegers here. We got Vetchy 2 on the German sniper. Very good work here. He's actually been doing quite a good job keeping the sniper alive. There goes Stephenn at the 90-minute mark. Starts building for the tank depot. Getting ready for tanks and maybe tank destroyers. But for Gentlefox, we're not really seeing much there. Like, no support elements. No Panzer Company. No Panzer Grenadier Company. Nothing. Sort of tech-wise is a bit more frozen up here. Now the MD4 tools are also being brought in here to further help contain Stephenn and his merry band of Americans. Got 347 versus 248 here. Jaegers going pushing south as Route being caught in a deadly storm here. Gauntlet of lead and German insults over to Stephenn. Still not much happening here with his battle group abilities. So he's got other priorities.
Activity near our munitions point.
Jaegers and Center in trouble here. Mortify rain down the parachute from the turn. Machine gun they can hold forwards. We got the Greyhound here pushing in, catching in the Kettenkrut. Could take it out there, which certainly would be a beneficial kill here for Stephenn, but looks like he's got other priorities or misses it. I don't know. And we got the anti-tank being rushed down, but the Jaegers here close to Stephenn's space, but also crucially hitting his car point there. Just a battlefield that is constantly changing here.
They've pushed us off a sector.
MD42 team then routed. Carve point rendered neutral, cutting off Stephenn there from quite precious southern resources, including the munitions, also the fuel. He does have the tank depth up, but it's not quite there in terms of the fuel needed for any tanks or tank destroyers. Launching a counterattack here as German troops here are cutting off there the supply lines. Engineers, rival squads charging in there. Mortar, of course, providing further support here. Jaegers rapid withdrawing, just one grenadier squad here to act as a rear guard. And they are paying quite the price. Greyhound here skirmishing up with the Germans around the centre. MD42 joining in the KLs then further south here, pushing for that southern fuel point, pushing the Pioneers off. And the sniper, of course, is still at it. The sniper's been a really good investment, surprisingly enough, here for Gentlefox. Mortify aiming for 2 further up north here, 2-1 striking, again catching Ralph Gordon in a bad spot. And still not much here in terms of battle groups. Back at base for Gentlefox. Still no sign of attack. I would not be surprised at this point. He's just going to go straight for the Panther. One more to fire. Greyhound Jaegers exchanging fire. Neither aren't really managing anything drastic. Smoke deployed. All 3 to 1 time control here of Gentlefox and the German army. We're out here caught with the 2-1. MD forcing up as well to support the armoured car against the advancing Americans. Halting here Stephenn's southern little sneaky move. And we got finally choices. We got recon loyalty, we got paradrop reinforcements, and we got the carbid bombing run. Oh boy. Perhaps Stephenn's got something cheeky planned out. We shall have to see. South side here, Ralph will be engaged here by a sizable German force here. Grenadiers, Jaegers backed up with the armored car info 2 and the sniper. All committing to the southern push, catching Stephenn's riflemen in a terrible position. And I think he's going to have to retreat here rather than risk losing them. Sniper kill there. He ends up having to retreat here. Could try and get on the center. He's going for the north at least. That's very good. Flares and smoke the deployed by Stephenn. Thumbs up. Greyhound there trying to poke in, but the Jaegers are quick to remind the Greyhound to poke its nose elsewhere.
Victory point is under enemy control now.
And we got the German Grenadier from the northern victory point. Here's the Pathfinders trying to grab it. Gentlefox and Dodge and Fernando there go. Machine getting flanked here as well. We got the armored car rushing in. Could get hit here with an anti-tank grenade from Stephenn. Go. 2-1 they hit with an anti-tank, but it does give the aiming forward time enough to sit around here. We got the Grand moving up. Rifle grenade aiming forward 2. Scoring a direct right here. Gentlefox's MD42 wiping out every single man. More Jaegers blocking the path here. Lying here. Gentlefox to save the 2-1 from destroyed from the Greyhound. Even destroys it. A punching blow here to Stephenn, not Gentlefox. If we were to lose the MD42 to Stephenn entirely, that would certainly be a bit more punishing. But thankfully for Gentlefox, Stephenn does not have enough reserves to punch through and actually grab the info his infantry either elsewhere or just not in a condition to push onwards. Up north here, armoured car engaging the power punch by the northern field point. South side here, we got a route caught here with the MD42. We got he's calling a bombing run on the MD42. There is apparently no kill as an overkill in Stephenn's book here. Absolutely shattering everything. Kettenkrut goes down. Small win for Stephenn, I suppose. We also got to show him the way here. We got mines exploding. Jaegers almost wiped out. Grenadiers here actually the hybrids getting wiped out. That's going to be very great here for Stephenn. If he could get rid of some of Gentlefox's infantry squads, limiting his ability to control the field here. He's getting there. He's getting down just a few slow of himself here. Can he manage it? Yes, he did. Great kill there for Stephenn. Back to Gentlefox, who now, though, has brought in the Panther, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Ausführung D, the earliest model of Panthers. Which also meant the largest number of teething problems. While they were able to fix some of them, they were never ultimately able to fix all the issues with the Panther design. Pushing forward to the Panther, Paratroopers occupying a house here. Sherman takes a great hit from the Panther, but the paratroopers are able to respond here with contentious eastwards to the Panther. We got Mechanized assault there ready. Almost got the sniper again. Gentlefox's sniper is proving to be pretty resilient. South side here, we got the info advance on the victory point here. Panther Model D, which was served actually until the very end of the war, as they had to use every single one they had, even with it, and its numerous issues, which amongst other things includes having a very slow turret rotation, as it actually didn't have a hat generator for the turret. Another one was if the tank was angled at a certain angle, it would actually cause the engine to burst into flames. Sherman forcing engaging the Jaegers here. Panzer fire there in response to the Sherman. Mortar fire and clouds with the now ace Jaegers. Great shot from the Tank here, but it's exposed to a lot of fire from other sources. Up north, the Ravscourt halting a northern flank here around the center point by Gentlefox's Jaegers. Good move here, but I think it needs to evacuate this building. It's starting to look quite uncomfortable for the men inside there. At least the paratroopers evacuating. Pathfinders also now deciding they got better places to be. South side here, NU-42 routed here by the Ravscourt and apparently manned by some Jaegers at some point. In the center, the Jaegers once more making an attempt to get the center victory point back here from the Americans. Men of the 10th are committed to this move, but Stephenn is having none of it. Sherman also good to go again here. Pathfinder is back in the now crumbling ruins. Northern victory point, I feel like, is also open here for a push by Stephenn. Panther there firing at it. I imagine Steven's going to go for some tank response to the Panther, also in part because I imagine Stephenn is probably going to rightfully expect Gentlefox to push for more Panthers. So on the victim we see the Jaegers. Good shot from the mortar in the MU-42.
HMG team is here. What do you want?
More mortar fire here. Northern point being seized. Armored Cowboy is still added, in fact getting pretty close to the east level. Good shot from the Jaegers. Pathfinders there holding up the building, but they are taking a lot of damage here. No mortar fire here, we've got 274 to 134. Jaegers getting bombarded, but we got the Panther coming up slowly here. More damage to the Jaegers. Stephenn is not going down easy in the south. We've got Ravscourt, the Jaegers here, but with the armor car back up the Jaegers, the Ravscourt should face a lot more trouble than initially anticipated here. The Jaegers, of course, will take a beating and then some. But the armored car is going to be a bit more challenging for the Riflemen. Another push on the center here, though, by Gentlefox and the men of the 10th Panzer Division. Once more Jaegers with the sniper and an MU-42 being hauled forward here to claim control of the back against Sherman added once more. Back at base of Stephenn, no additional armor yet being pulled up. Now the counterattack here, though, by Stephenn, but we got the MU-42 backing it all up here, halting all of Stephenn's infantry as they try to make their way forward. Sherman imperative on the move here. Mortars all the way back here, so can't immediately provide assistance. And there you go, it's a carpet bombing run again here from Stephenn against Gentlefox this time, though. He might catch me using the retreat here. Oh dear! No! Yes, the Jaegers got wiped. The MU-42 almost went down. The building is definitely not something you should be sending his paratroopers into. I mean, that thing is ripe for just collapsing. Whew, talk about close! And you've been like half a second slow. Those paratroopers would have been entombed. Entombed, I say. Sherman pushing north as he got the influence within a bit of trouble here, so the Sherman's about to hit it like a ton of bricks. Meanwhile, tank depot remains eerily silent. Seeing an air force back with the Sherman on swap that one, in fact. Going for the Pioneers as well here. Gentlefox getting a bit closer to the 2nd Panther. And further south, the armored car spotted by Pathfinders, but the Pathfinders lack the tools to crack that particular German nut. Over to Stephenn.
We're down to 200 points.
Continues his ferocious fight against the Germans. Got that Panther rolling northwards here, crashing through the train, walls, crates, all being crushed in the name of Deutschland. Panther turning around here. Well, German turning around there. Shot bounce off the Panther's 80mm of sloped frontal armor. And there you go. Stephenn is about to get a bit more rough here as the second Panther arrives to support the men of the 10th Panzer Division. Meanwhile, the M36 Hellcat has arrived, meanwhile, to assist Stephenn.
These are waiting to be used. Enemy at 250 points.
We got 131 to 147. Gentlefox down getting bleed out again here, but Stephenn. Meanwhile, in the south, Jaegers are caught in a bad spot, but the MD42 proves to be once more the crucial element here that will allow Gentlefox to at least wrest some control of the situation. Center, Stephenn concentrating a lot of his anti-tank assets, anticipating, of course, the Panthers to converge. We got Mechanized assault here from Gentlefox. Strong ability. Self-repairs vehicles slowly, but also gives infantry by a boost of survivability. Jaegers pushing forward. The Panthers almost getting knocked out. The heavy anti-tank on fire there. Almost knocks out the German Panther there, but somehow Stephenn falls a bit short there and does not pursue here. I think the threat of the Jaegers and the other Panther here holds back him from pursuing. There you go. Panther vs. Hellcat here. Sniper is almost dead, but once more, Stephenn falls a bit short here. And the South Rav squad continuing to defend here, but they are paying a high price here for such a stubborn defense here. Second Panther here, of course, tying up Stephenn's forces around the center, making it hard for him to counterattack towards the center one. South, he finally is slowly falling back here now. Gentlefox slowly wearing him down, is finally achieving some kind of breakthrough. Paratroopers pinned down to the ground like insects, screaming for orders to retreat as they slowly die out there behind what remains of a wall.
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
That should get you back in the war.
Ace armored car there by Gentlefox, by the way. Quite impressive. Thumbs up to that. Very often you see a veteran T3 2-1 currently. Modifying him for 2 Panthering south. That's all on good to go as well here. Sort of. Hellcat looks like it might be trying to set up for an ambush here. Can't say, of course, exactly what Stephenn is thinking here as Gentlefox keeps it up. Panthers dispatching southwards here. Center machine gun there. Almost got the sun victory point. We got 131 between 2. Stephenn's really been able to like bring down the difference between the two now. Quite good work there. Jaeger still landing with the Sherman, of course. I wonder who's actually gone for the... No, he hasn't actually. And that's actually something worth pointing out there, but improvised armor is actually like reasonably good versus Panther. It actually decreases the damage they deal, but also increases the armor. And while, of course, it probably wouldn't help too much against the Panthers, but you know, versus the Panther Strikes, both of those elements of the improvised armor I think would be very good here for Stephenn versus the Jaegers with Panther Strikes. Of course, the 7.6mm gun on the Sherman would also be helpful versus the Panther. That could be like another upgrade to consider, but... In the center, the riflemen are being played out here. The sniper now ace level there is continuing to wreak havoc here on Paul Stephenn's men of North here. Ravscourt versus the ace 2-1. Needs some armor to, well, crack that. And the south side here, Ravscourt's about to get wiped out here. Stephenn. Oh dear, might have pushed his luck too far. Or perhaps no, somehow fortune smiles upon him. Meanwhile, the riflemen are getting bombarded by the Panthers. The main guns and the whole packed machine guns, they're just wreaking havoc on the GIs there. Forcing Stephenn to abandon his plans there. And in the center, the anti-tank gun there is finally the crew there as Gentlefox ceaselessly and in a very, not very gentle manner wipes the crew here. Hertz being caught now by the Panthers and the sniper here. A bad situation there for them. Anti-tank's about to get wrecked here. And... got the anti-tank gun there. Panthers hitting a mine. German Hellcat as the Panther smoke deployed.
Here we go.
61 was on 72. More damage inflicted here. 46, and there you go. GG. Game over there. Game over. A fierce fight here on the road to Tunis. Really close for Stephenn, but partly again, I do think he would have benefited a bit from that upgrade. Bit overlooked But again, it doesn't just increase the armor, but it also decreases the damage taken from Panther 6, which in particular in the case of like Shermans means they take, well, notably less damage from it. It goes from like 160 to 100 damage. That's almost like a 50% damage reduction, so I find that personally to be quite handy. But yeah, I feel like Stephenn could have maybe gone for like a few more paratroops at some point earlier. I think that also helped him out there, but you know, just a bit more aggression and perhaps a few more aggressive flanks there. There was like definitely some times there where I feel like he almost had Gentlefox, some of his more critical units, but you know, kind of like almost had a Jaeger squad here, like an armored car there. That said, of course, Gentlefox also, I think, handles units quite well. He made good use of the armored cars. He was good at pressuring, good at flanking. And the sniper was definitely also like an unexpected element. I imagine that also added some frustration here to Stephenn, as you just typically don't see it a lot. And now I imagine like a sniper backed up by, you know, multiple armored cars, making it harder for teams like just to sneak up on the sniper. And I think that turned out to be a pretty good combo there for Gentlefox. So all the way, hope you enjoyed this match. You learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your family, but not your enemies. And of course, consider supporting Propagandacaster by donating or pledging on Patreon. Every bit helps. This is Imperial Link. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for an awesome episode. Bye, everyone.